recording. Hey, welcome back. It's Chad Spangler from Service Bar, and we are going to make our Espresso Martini today. Super simple, super easy, but first let's just go over some of the things that I have out and ready, or mise en place for myself. So first, I have a jigger. This is what we're going to use to measure our ingredients with. Again, I pointed out in an earlier video, if you don't have a jigger, you can use a shot glass or anything else that you can keep a consistent measure and just keep everything proportional as you go along. This is a microplane. We're going to use this for garnish for the drink later. And this is just a regular like Y fruit peeler. So I have a travel coffee mug that I'm going to use as my shaker tin, some ice, a glass, and then I have my ingredients. So I have a lemon here that I'm going to use to peel, and I also have a nutmeg pod that I'm going to be using for garnish later. I have here a Demerara rich simple syrup, and that'll be the first thing you want to make. You're just going to take 2 parts Demerara or a raw sugar, turbinado is fine as well, and dissolve it in 1 part water. Now the resulting syrup is going to be sweeter than if you did a 50-50 or equal parts sugar and water. That's 50% sugar. This one will come out to be about 66% sugar. So it's definitely sweeter, but it's not twice as sweet, and I think that's worth keeping in mind. We have some fresh espresso here. I've brewed this in my house. I have an espresso maker. If you don't have an espresso maker in your house, what you can do is brew coffee that's just extra strength. So use twice the amount of coffee grounds to water as you normally would, but don't brew it for twice as long. Keep the brew time and the temperatures the same. We have here vodka 6100. This is the vodka we use for most of our cocktails at Service Bar. It's made from whey, it's made in New Zealand. It's really light, clean, and it has this very subtle vanilla note, and that makes it particularly beneficial for this cocktail. Then we have angostura bitters. I'm sure you've seen these in Old Fashions or Manhattan before. It has a lot of baking spices and then obviously some bitter elements too, and that's gonna keep this cocktail from being too sweet. Now, you might say, where's the dairy, or where's the Baileys or Kahlua? We're not gonna use any of that. It's not wrong to, but our version likes to focus on making this taste like the fresh coffee or espresso. So we're using a really high quality bean. We source from Gray Street Coffee Roasters here in DC, and that's everything we're doing in this cocktail to just lift that flavor up. So that's why vodka is an ideal choice. You could use rum or whiskey, but that's gonna introduce a lot of powerful flavors and take a little bit away from the coffee, which isn't neither worse or better. However, to highlight the flavor of just the espresso, we're gonna use vodka, bring out the bitterness, and just add a little bit of spice and flavor with the bitters. And then this raw sugar is gonna have a little bit more character than just white sugar and help to give the drink a little bit more body. So let's go ahead and mix everything together. First thing you wanna do is always put your glassware directly in front of your shaker tin. If you're making multiple drinks, this is gonna help you stay organized and focus on what's going in which shaker. So take your Demerara or rich simple syrup and add 1/2 ounce to the shaker tin. And if you brewed 1 single shot of espresso, go ahead and add the whole single shot. I brewed 1 shot for the drink and 1 for myself. And then again, 1 full measure of vodka. So 1.5 ounces of espresso, 1.5 ounces of vodka. And then you are going to want to add 1 dash of angostura bitters. I just opened this bottle though. If your bottle is 3/4 or more full, every dash you do is going to be about a 1/2 dash. So I'm going to actually add 2 dashes from this bottle. Oh, and that's it. It's super simple, very easy. Just add ice, shake, and strain, and then we just have to garnish. All right, now we've strained our cocktail. As you can see, it looks beautiful. And we are going to finish it with 2 different garnishes. We can use pretty much any baking spice. I happen to have some nutmeg in my house. My favorite is cinnamon for this cocktail. And just go ahead and shave a little bit on top. Don't go crazy or else it'll get in your teeth and it won't really add to the drink. Also, always use whole spices that you're grinding fresh. If you have powdered spice, I would just totally skip this step entirely. You're gonna have to add too much to actually get an aroma, and then it's just gonna get in the way of the drink. And finally, you wanna take a peel of a lemon, so same way you might garnish an old fashioned, and just go ahead and squeeze that from the side. The lemon zest and aroma will mix really well with the bitter espresso, and voila. Cheers.